So just as I promised in the previous video, this is the part 2 of our lesson on how we can create and run our own online radio on just our phone. To run a radio, especially online radio, you need 4 main things. The first one is the server. So it's very important. You remember in the previous video, I taught you how to set up the server, because it is on the server that you create the radio channel. And it is on the server that you will get the details needed for the broadcast. The server is the service provider that is hosting your radio for you. There are paid service providers and there are free service providers. And what I am teaching you is for a free service provider, which is Listen to My Radio. So you remember in the previous video, we downloaded 2 apps. The Listen to My Radio Listeners app and then the Listen to My Radio control panel, which is the one you would use to create your radio. And we did that in the previous video. If you don't remember, please go back and watch the part 1 of this video again. This time, we need to set up the studio. So the second thing apart from the server is the studio. The studio is where you are going to broadcast your audio from. So for instance, if you are in Ghana and you are in your home, then you need to have a studio in your home. Do you get it? So that is where your studio is. So for instance, where I am doing this video is my studio or my office. So my office has become my studio. But you may need to have some equipment like computers, microphones, and the rest. But this studio that I'm teaching you is for mobile phone. So we call it mobile studio. So you're going to do everything on just your phone. You get it? You're going to do everything with just your phone. So your phone becomes your studio. So wherever you go with your studio. And that is good news for all pastors. So that wherever you are, you can broadcast live on your radio and people all over the world, so long as they have access to internet, can listen to your broadcast. How do you set up the studio on your phone? You need an application, and we're going to download the application pretty soon. But the application I'm going to show you now works only for Android phones. But there is also another app for iPhones. So if you use an iPhone, please send me a private message or leave a comment under this video and I will respond to it. I will guide you privately on how you can set up the app for iPhones. So I've again left a link to the app that we're going to install in the description. You can download it. If you want to get it on Play Store, it will cost you money. But because I don't want you to pay anything for now, I'm going to give you the app for free. That is the benefit you get when you join the premium class. So just follow the link and it will lead you to this place. So when you get to this page, you would see this would show blank. Mostly it shows blank and you will have the name of the app. So the name of the app is Broadcast Myself Pro. This is the Pro version that I'm going to share with you for free. And it said preview is not available, but forget about preview. Just click on this download button here and your app should begin to download directly. So you see, it is asking me to choose location for the download and I'll now click on download. So it is done downloading. You click on open and now I would follow up and install the app. So the app is installed. Okay, my phone is scanning it to make sure everything is okay. He said it is safe. Let me close this one. So he said the app is installed and I can now click on open to open it from here. It will require you to grant permission to access microphone and storage. So continue and do that. So you see there is a little instruction here which says the app was created for an older version of Android, but it doesn't matter. Okay, it will still work. So you click on OK. And this is the interface of the app. So this is our studio. This is our mobile studio. And this is where you broadcast your messages and your music and everything. Let me quickly introduce you to the interface and the things you see here. But of course, the first thing you need now is to bring music, isn't it? This is the music, or what you call the track deck. This is the microphone deck. To bring in songs, you have to go here. There is 3 dots here. You see 3 dots at the top here to access the menu. When you click on that, it will open this place for you. Then the first one says tracks folder. So that is where your song should be. But you see there is nothing here. You see that? There is nothing here. Simply because we have not loaded any song to that folder. So let's go back. And this time I'll show you how to load songs there. You can even close this app because we will come back to it. So to load songs, you need to access your file manager. So this is our file manager. You go to your all files and then you choose your internal storage. At the internal storage, you now look for broadcast myself folder. So this is the folder. You see it, broadcast myself. And as you can see, the folder is empty. So there are no songs in the folder. I highly recommend that you create folders and you bring the songs here. It is always good to do that. So let's create a new folder. In my case, I'll go to the 3 dots here and click on create folder. And I'll name it, let's say gospel, or let's make it worship. So you can create another folder for praises. You can create another folder for, let's say, preaching messages. You can create one for hymns. You can create one for audio Bibles or anything that you want to play on your radio. You can create them here. So create all the folders that you want. And one of the folders you should create is for recording. So we will call it recording. So I've created my recordings folder. I'll show you how to use the recording folder. So now that we have our folders, let's go and copy some songs and bring them here. Now I'm sure you know how to get songs because I have taught you in the free class how to download songs for free. And again, in the premium class, I've taught you how to download it with your phone. So let's go to music and then you look for the song or the folder you want to copy. So I want this one, which is Don Moen. Let me see if it has a lot of songs there. This folder has 117 tracks. So I'm going to copy all and then I will click copy over here. Don't go back. Don't use this back. Your phone may be different depending on the phone you are using. Yours may be different, but whichever way, don't click back. Use the top navigation here and go back to the broadcast myself folder. So this is the broadcast myself folder. And these are the folders we created. So the songs that I've copied, I'll paste them under worship. So I just open worship and I'll choose paste here. So what I've done is I am copying the song from the music folder to the broadcast myself folder and specifically to the worship folder. This is the best practice and this is what I recommend. So copy the song wherever it is and bring it to the folder here. You can as well connect your phone to your laptop so that you copy directly to the broadcast myself folder. That would also work. If you need help, let me know. And sometimes you can also call on somebody either in the church or in your neighborhood who is good with some of these things to help you out. So you see, all the songs have been copied to the worship folder successfully, and these are the tracks. So now let's go back to the app. So now let's check the tracks folder again. Let's go to the three dots, tracks folder. And now you see the folders we created are here. This is the worship folder, praises, preaching messages, hymns, and recordings. For the worship folder, you see we have 117 audio files, but the rest, there are no files in them. So you select, this is where you select. So for instance, if what you want to play now is in this folder, you select it. If it's worship, if it's hymns, then you open the hymns folder. So let's open the worship folder, and there you would see all the tracks. So you can scroll down and see all the tracks in that folder. And if you are okay, and that is what you really want to play, you click on this button here, which says choose. So let's choose it. When it is chosen like this, it will take you back to this place, but don't click exit. Just use this button and go back like this. So now you would see that the songs have been uploaded here. So again, you can scroll and see all the tracks in the tracks deck, or what you call the music deck. So you see, these are all the songs in that folder. At this point, if you want to play a song, what do? You just tap on the song like this. As soon as you tap on the song, like what I've done, the song will start playing. But you see, you cannot hear anything because you have not opened up the volume. This is the volume for the music, or what you call the track fader. You can call it the track fader, the music fader, or the music volume control. At the top here, you would see a very tiny line moving, showing the progress of the song. So as soon as it gets here, you know the song is about to end. So let's bring up the volume a little. Alright, so you heard the song. But you know, because of copyright on YouTube, I can't let the song play for long. The song is playing now, but I have reduced the volume for the recording so that we don't get copyright strike on YouTube. Now that the song is playing, make sure, you see, you would have to put the volume fader at a very good position. If it's here and the volume, the light is not hitting red, then you can leave it there. But if the song is clipping, or if it is showing red at the bottom, at the top here, if it's showing red at the top here, then you would have to reduce the volume a little. One thing you should also know is that this volume is for the radio. This is what is going live on the radio. If it is too loud for you, don't use this volume to reduce it. Else it will reduce it for your listeners also on the radio. If you want to reduce the volume for yourself, use the volume control at the side of your phone. You see, your phone also has volume control at the side. So, for instance, like this one. So you see, I have reduced the volume. That's why you couldn't hear it. So now you see, you can. So you see, I have reduced it again. So what I have done is for myself only. But once this volume is up, then on the radio, people can still hear the song. There are 4 buttons here. This is the stop button. This will stop the song from playing, or it will stop what is playing currently. So let's jump that. We'll come back to it. This is the mode. The mode is how the song should shuffle or play, either in order or not, or randomly. When you tap on it first, it will show track mode auto next, which means and you will see this blue light here, which means when this track, the one that is currently playing, is done, it will play the next track and the next and the next and the next automatically. So normally this is what I recommend. Let it be on auto next. However, you can tap on it again, and this time it says auto random, which means it's going to select the next track automatically, but not in any particular order. It will pick them randomly. You tap on it again, then the light will go off and it says normal. For normal, when this track finishes playing, it will wait for you to select another track manually. But as I said, I recommend you put it on auto next. The next one here is mute. So again, let me bring up my volume here at the side of the phone. Then let me raise the volume. It is playing, but I have muted it. That is why you still can't hear it. Listen to it. Now, when it is on mute like this, it is muted for only you at the studio, not those on the radio. So those listening to you on the radio can still hear the song, even if you tap on mute. So that is one thing you should also note. Then we have the lock. This is the track fader lock. So you tap on it, and now you cannot move the fader. It can't move up nor down. When you tap on it again to unlock, then it can now move. I hope you get it. Okay. So that is it about these 4 buttons. Then on the left side, we have our microphone. So whatever I'm saying, phone's microphone is picking it. So you see the waves over here. But I'm sure you still can't hear because I have muted it. So let me unmute so that you can hear. But as I said, even though it's on mute, those on the radio would still hear me, okay? Let me take off the song, and now. So you see, it is creating echo because I'm using 2 microphones now. I'm going to switch off the microphone that I'm using for the recording so that we use only that of the phone. So I hope you can hear me now. Now I'm using only the phone. Okay. So if you want the volume of the mic to go down, you reduce it like this. You see my voice is fading and it's now up. So you see, even though I spoke, you couldn't hear again because the volume is down. But if you want your microphone to be on again, you bring it up. Okay. So now I'm back to the phone's microphone. Then we have our song. So if you want to talk whilst music is playing at the background, then you bring up the song a little. So you see, the song is playing at the background, but I'm still talking through it. Alright, so God bless you for tuning in. This is PRH Radio. My name is Dr. Stewart. You see what I was doing? I was doing what we call talk over. For talk over, you bring up the microphone like this. Then when your song is playing, if you want to say anything, you drag the volume of the song down so that you say whatever you want to say. After saying it, you bring it up and the song will continue to play. If the volume of your microphone is okay for you, where you have it, if it's okay for you, you can tap on this to also lock the fader. So it says mic fader locked. So you can lock the fader and it cannot move either up or down. Let me unlock it, bring it down. Let me bring this also down. And if you want to stop the song, you tap on the stop over here. It said track stop. So you see nothing is playing now. Again, just as a reminder, if you want to change the songs here, you go back to the tracks folder over here. When you get here, these are the songs. So you click on parent. so that it will take you to the folders. And if it is hymns you want to play, you click on it. Even though we have no track there, you can choose it if you have tracks. As soon as you choose it, let's see what will happen. Let's go back, and you see there are no tracks in the folder. So let's go back. Parent, then worship, because this is where we have songs or tracks. Click on choose, and that is pretty it. I just restarted the app. When it shows rating, you can click on never so that it doesn't show you again. And you remember, these are the tracks loaded. I'm going to show you some other things you can do over here. Over here, there are two settings you must take note of. One is the microphone gain. Microphone gain is used to boost your microphone or to reduce the strength of the microphone. So for instance, if your microphone is too low for you, you can come here and increase the gain like this. You can put it at, you can experiment. So try different positions and see which one will give you good sound. But if, let's say, you are picking live program from church directly to the radio, you may want to reduce the gain because you have loud speakers in the church. So reduce the gain. You can even put it on -10 so that it will not distort on the radio. Or you can leave it on the default position, which is 0, 0. In the same vein, you can boost the strength of the track, the volume for the track, or you can reduce it. So that one too, again, you can experiment it and choose the one you want. Okay, so let's go back. So that is it. That is what you can do over here. That is not all, but I'll end the video here and continue in part 3. Now in part 3, I'll show you how you can connect the studio app to the server so that whatever you are doing will go live. So for now, till you get the part 3 of this video, I want you to practice what we've just done. Create the folders, load songs, do some talk over, try all these buttons, and I'll see you in the next video whilst we learn how to link up the studio to the server through what we called the streamer. God bless you. See you.